All right, so like I said, we're gonna try to sneak off the trail somewhere. I don't know where. Right now we're at 1 mile marker number 1. So between 1 and maybe 7, we're gonna try to sneak off somewhere. Depends on how far we can get. It's late in the day. We're also gonna do some fishing, and we're gonna try to do a catch and cook. And we've got quite a few miles to go before we can get there to where we can start fishing. But what we're gonna do tonight is probably just set up a camp overnight, and then tomorrow morning head out, do some fishing. It all depends on how far we can get since we're off to a late start. So I've got my backpack packed pretty full. It's heavy. It's heavier than I've had it in a long time, and that's because I bought extra stuff, because I also wanted to push the limits of this pack, see what it can handle, what the hype is all about. And so far it's doing pretty good for the weight. We're gonna discuss that later on. So it's a nice cool day. It's like 62, it's supposed to get down to I think 50 degrees tonight. So it should be perfect. So far everything is really exposed. So I definitely have to find a good spot where we're kind of tucked away and nobody can see us. It's going to be difficult, but we got maximum of like 2 hours before I really have to have a home set up. All right, so right now it's about 3:45, so it gives us roughly a little over an hour before I really got to find a spot to set up. Not seeing anything so far that's flat. It's a lot of really thick grass, so kind of just winging it here. So hopefully we find something that's doable. Looks like we got some water up ahead. Hopefully we don't have to get our feet wet, but we'll see. Try to just stay to the side. All right, which way do we go? Let's go wide. Let's go out this way. If I can save my feet from getting wet, then I definitely will. Water looks kind of deep here. So it looks like there's like a trail here, so I guess all the other animals and other hikers are taking this route. So that 3.5 section of trail we just did, that's something I've always wanted to do. When I first attempted it, it was completely flooded out, and I was kind of new to hiking, so I was not trying to go through all that water. But luckily this time it was pretty dry, and it just felt really good to hike that and actually get to see. And even these power lines, you know, it's nice to just be out here. So where we're heading to now, the pond that we're gonna fish at, is actually the pond that we camped at last year. We also fished it. We're making our way to that. And I think I might just set up camp there. Hopefully we can get there in time. Still have not really seen anything that looks comfortable to me. So yeah, it'll be nice to get to fish that pond again, maybe catch and cook out of there. Not necessarily looking for big fish like we were last time, but just a couple of bites, you know, just catch some fish, maybe cook a few of them up. And yeah, should be a good time. So we got this thing to walk. I think we got to do about 2 miles on this before we get there. Now that was a big deer. That was a big deer. I hope you guys were able to see that. Bunch of blue jays over here, and they're alerting the others of my presence. Finally made it to the pond, guys. Haven't been here in about a year since that last video. Oh yeah, can't wait to start fishing. It's windy, it's real windy. The wind is coming at us, so that'll make fishing a little bit difficult. We'll get it done. Come on, let's go. All right, so let's go head to our old campsite, and hopefully everything is still as we left it. It's still here, and everything looks exactly how I left it, undisturbed. There's a little bit of hog activity right over there, but you know what, man? Psh, later with that. We're gonna camp here, and it's nice to be back. It's real good to be back. All right, so you can see a little bit in the background. We have the tent and stuff set up, and we only got a few more minutes of light. It's actually 6:10 p.m. right now, and the sun is starting to set. Yeah, it's crazy how fast the sun is just completely going down. It's like within a matter of minutes. But yeah, so this is what our site looks like here. And I'm just gonna show you guys around like I usually do. Got all my cooking stuff set up here. The alcohol stove is what we're gonna be using for this trip. Got my blue heat fuel. And then here in the vestibule space, got all my food, my grill full of water. Another bottle of water, that's all we got. I'm probably gonna drink all that tonight and then just replenish from the pond tomorrow morning. And then there's just like some miscellaneous stuff inside the tent. Big Agnes, Rapide SL, extra large, Nemo Philo, luxury, and then my sleeping bag. And I got my headlamp up there, ready to go. See, I'm gonna close this in case there's any mosquitoes out. Don't wanna be dealing with that. There's also a lot of fire ants in this area. There's a bunch on the ground over here. But yeah. I'm just gonna sit down and relax for a little bit. Have me a little something to drink, if you know what I mean. And finally take a break. Okay guys, I know earlier I said I was gonna sit down for a second when we first got here and take a break, but I definitely lied. I actually just set up my backpack and or set up my chair and then put the backpack on the chair because there were a bunch of fire ants on the ground that were crawling on my backpack, so I had to put an end to that. So I've pretty much just been on my feet since 2 o'clock when we started the trail until now. It's like 6:30 I think, or 6:20, or 6:16 actually, according to my nice little Garmin InReach. So happy I got this. You know, earlier I said that we were talking about my pack weight and stuff and the pack itself. So I carried a lot of gear this trip. My typical pack weight, including food and water, is usually hovering around 32 pounds. I might bump it up here and there, maybe 35, but that's really the most. But carrying this pack today, it was up to 45 pounds. That's including food and water, camera gear, fishing gear. For the first like mile to mile and a half, it was kind of rough. And I'm sure a lot of that is because I haven't hiked in a while, and I'm also hiking with like a heavier pack. But I felt like some pains on the side of my hip area here, and I couldn't figure out what it was. I thought maybe it was my belt, and then maybe I was thinking it was the waist straps, and then so what I came to a conclusion of is that it was the waist straps were too low. So I actually adjusted the shoulder strap, the torso length of the pack. I shortened it a little bit, and that made all the difference. After that, it felt like nothing was there. And honestly, I could have did another 4.5, 5 more miles comfortably. By the time I got here, I felt fine. I didn't feel rushed to want to just drop my bag on the ground. You guys know how it is when you hike, your shoulders and stuff. I don't feel anything right now, and that pack definitely proved itself to me just from this trip today. Alright, so while we're waiting for that water to heat up, I really like this kind. It'll rehydrate. I'm gonna go put this inside the tent and then we wait. You guys can tell I'm pretty hungry. Haven't eaten anything all day. We hiked like 4.5, 5 miles today. I'm killing this. Time to get in bed, guys. Shake off our socks. All this dirt and stuff around the ankles from what we had to hike through earlier. Good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. All right, so let's start this day off with a nice good morning. I woke up at about 7:30. It's currently 8:22 right now. But yeah, I just got up, brushed my teeth and stuff like that, and stretched a bit. Just kind of getting everything kind of up and going because I want to do some fishing. But in the meantime, I want to show you guys the tent. I put my sleeping bag right there, but this thing has like a really good amount of room in here. I know some people say it's a tight fit, but I didn't have any problems. I think the move for today is going to be hit that pond, collect some fresh drinking water, down that because I only have a little bit left. I pretty much drank most of my water last night, and catch some bass, hopefully. May or may not do a catch and cook, but we'll see. Probably going to keep one if we can get 1 or 2 or something like that, and make that for lunch today, and then we're gonna head out of here. All right, we're gonna head off to a different spot because those like 4 or 5 bites that I had that for whatever reason couldn't set the hook on them. I think I probably just spooked them and now they're just not biting. So I'm gonna move on, try to fish somewhere else, and hopefully get lucky. Okay, we made it down here. So let's give this a shot. All right, guys, finally got on the board. Got ourselves a nice little bass. so we just caught another one. So total fish we caught 4, we threw back 2, and we're gonna keep this one. So we got 2 that are about this size, and we're gonna go clean them up. All right, so I did dispatch these fish already as soon as I caught them. Do not want these fish to suffer. So I just have a little Ziploc bag, and I'm just gonna start filleting them up. Start with the first one I caught, which is this fish here. People complain about eating bass sometimes. I hear that kind of stuff from sports fishermen, all right? People that just want to catch and release and win trophies and money. There ain't nothing wrong with eating bass. It's great white meat. There's no fishy taste to it at all. It goes good with any seasoning. There's nothing wrong with this fish whatsoever. There's no bloodline in it, nothing. So I don't understand why some people hate on it. And you guys know I do a lot of fishing, so ain't nothing wrong with this fish. Don't believe their BS, because that's all it is. All right, so we're back at camp now. I got all that fish nice and cleaned up here. You guys can see that. Let's go ahead and make this lunch. I'm getting hungry. We got lunch served. Look at this. Nice crispy hash browns, fresh fried fish. This fish was caught like less than an hour ago, and looks and smells good. Let's have a bite. I want this crispy piece of hash brown. That is so good. And I'm gonna show you guys how white this bass is. I'm gonna break this one open here. Got a nice crunchy piece right there. So guys, I'm gonna enjoy this, finish this whole meal, and then I'll see you guys when we get back on the trail. All right guys, we got everything all packed up, ready to go, and left no trace. I didn't leave any trash, anything like that behind. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and hit the trail now. Just gonna say bye to this spot real quick. Thank you for taking care of us. This pond provided us with fish and drinking water. Clean drinking water. Clear, really clear, no taste drinking water. So, see you later, pond. Until next time. Back into the woods we go. A lot of mud. A lot of mud. Wow, look at this. Last year when I came through this, all this was dry. I mean, this pond was here, but it was super, super, super low. And now it's full. All right, so the inevitable might have happened, and we have water crossing it. Looks like hopefully we can get around it without getting our feet wet. Let's have a look. Cool little cypress patch. We've been lucky so far. Let's see. Oh yeah, we just made it through that. Dry. Back on the power lines. straight up ahead is a pack of hogs. They're just off to the right. There's a bunch of little babies with it. Doesn't hear me yet. Let's see. Looks like we got the mama off to the left of the screen. 1, 2, 3 little ones, and then 2 like medium-sized ones. So there was actually, I think, about nine of them, because there was a few more that I spotted after. Big hogs too. Glad that they ran off, because the babies were like walking towards me trying to feed, and I don't want the big ones thinking I'm trying to mess with them. That's when you have problems. All right guys, so we got 0.7 to go. That's what the GPS says. So I'm gonna wrap the video up here. Entire trip, I think we did probably like 9 miles the full way. It was really nice getting to explore the other side of the trail that I hadn't been on before. And it was nice getting back to that pond and doing a little catch and cook there. Really, really fun trip. I enjoyed it, and definitely looking forward to the next one. If you guys can do me a favor, hit that thumbs up for me. Subscribe if you're new. Share the video. It helps get the content out there. YouTube notices when stuff gets shared and when there's feedback and stuff. So if you guys could do that, I really appreciate it. And until next time, hope to see you on the trail. Peace.